Welcome back to the Lost Cause Ranch, guys. It's been long awaited. We finally got some driving in on the old LS swap disco. It's been a bit of a struggle, but we'll get into that in a minute. Isn't it glorious? We got the 04 disco on 35s with the ACE conversion. That's the alternative conversion engineering. And if you haven't been following along on the series of building this out, this is a GM 5.3 liter LM4 aluminum block ACE conversion kit utilizing the factory Land Rover transmission, meaning all our gauges work, traction control works, hill descent works, ABS works, everything's happy, and so far, so good. And like I said in the last video, we hit the 5,000 subscriber mark. So we're giving away a t-shirt. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video to find out if it's you. So there is that LS engine sitting in there, sitting happy. Over here we got the GM ECU. The Land Rover one is tied in as well, and that is sitting back in the factory location behind the glove box. Here we got both wiring harnesses. We're gonna clean it back up. We did some troubleshooting on some stuff as we were having some issues. Overall, pretty pleased with this swap. The only thing I want to change is the intake. I don't like this dryer duct style stuff that they recommend using. We're probably gonna come up with a little 3D printed jobber because it needs to be pretty tight to utilize the factory Land Rover fan. But other than that, we got our nice little TIG welded aluminum pipe, Land Rover mass airflow. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it all works. So let's go take this guy for a spin, see how it is. We're gonna do a little MPG check. Kind of curious on what the 5.3 does compared to the old 4.6. The 4.6 is a fuel hog. What's neat about this kit, everything on the cluster works. Temp gauge is working, fuel gauge is working, tach is working, speedometer is doing what it's supposed to do. If there's a fault in the GM ECU, it lights the check engine light up on the dash. We got it in sport mode, you can click it out of sport mode. The transmission shifts nicely in both sport and standard. Here is what I enjoy most about the swap. This hill is a decent grade for a while, and on a stock Discovery it feels pretty labored, has to downshift, doesn't feel happy, and this thing just cruises along, it doesn't lug down or anything. So we're back from our drive on this thing, and man, it is such an improvement over the 4.6. It's not outright blazingly fast, and obviously this one has 35-inch tires on the factory gearing. That kind of slows it down a little bit as well, but it is worlds better in the power department. And because of the lift on this guy and the large tires, we also upgraded the tie rod to a heavier duty setup. And today, our back-ordered heavy-duty Panhard bar just showed up, so we can get that guy on this. And this thing is nearly sorted. We'll do some cleaning up in the engine bay, drive it some more, but we'll sit down here in a minute and chat with you on our thoughts on the LS Swap Discovery. But first, It's a California car. It's the first time it saw snow was today. That kind of pains me a little bit. So we're gonna spray her off. Make sure she stays nice and rust free. It's got a super clean chassis. So let's start off with the fuel mileage. Didn't go as great as I was hoping, but on this little test run, we did 92.8 miles indicated on the odometer. If we factor in the large tire size, that put us at actually traveling 110.71 miles. And we ran through 8.897 gallons. That puts us right at 12.44 MPGs. I was hoping this thing would do better than that. Now, mind you, this has 35-inch tires and it was 15 degrees out, and we were kind of pounding it a little hard because it was the first good run on a new swap Discovery. So we'll have to check back later and see what we get for mileage in real world scenario driving normal. Any of you guys who have the 5.3 swap done already, what are you guys seeing? Kind of curious. I was hoping to get above 15. This was a mix of city and highway, and I was running it pretty hard. We were running 75 miles an hour down the highway, so we ran it hard. That's probably part of the reason why it was not as great as I was hoping. Like I said, we'll put some more miles on this thing and check it some more on a wider spread. I don't get great mileage when I drive. Most of the 03, 04 Discoveries I drive with a smaller tire, I get 11. So it's better, but not as better as I was hoping. Is that a word? But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing. Factory Discovery, 217 horsepower. This particular one had sleeve sliding, wasn't worth fixing. Didn't want to stick $7,000 into having 217 horsepower. The stock LM4, 290 horsepower. As a lot of you guys know, especially if you're watching this video, the LS is pretty tunable. We didn't do anything. This has a factory tune, factory everything. I mean, it's got probably a little better flow and exhaust. I mean, I made it, so no, I'm just kidding. But it probably is. It's got some high flow cats. Maybe a little more than the 290, but we'll call it 290. So it's a 73 horsepower bump. And I don't know that that's possible on the 4.6 to get a 73 horsepower bump, especially in this price range. Like I said earlier, the transmission shifts great. That's the one thing I was kind of worried. Like, you got a 73 horsepower bump. The 4HP24 isn't the greatest transmission to begin with, so I was a little concerned, but it seems fine. Be reasonable, and it'll probably handle 300 horsepower just fine, no worries. Works well in the sport mode or standard mode, and I love that this is integrated enough that you can still use sport mode. You still have hill descent. You still have all those neat features that Land Rover built in, so that's a win. Then the reliability and serviceability aspect. It's a GM 5.3. You'll be able to get parts at any O'Reilly's, Advanced, whatever. Everything will be in stock, so that is nice. The only pitfall is there is a lot going on. So there's a lot of wiring, there's a lot of interface. So far, so good. The only issues we've been having are non-swap related. I mean, we got some 3 Amigos, but it's throwing a shuttle valve code in the ABS pump, so we'll take care of that. Not swap related. The other reason why it took a while to get another video out on this guy is we were having some intermittent minor rough idle misfire stuff going on. We had 3 sets of injectors that we had to throw in this thing, but I mean 2 sets were used. This was a used engine, so that set was used. We had another set of used ones. Those didn't solve the problem either. I mean, but it moved between cylinders and stuff, so we had some weird fuel injector problems. So we ended up buying a new set and got that all sorted. We had 2 coils that were bad. It just took a little bit of messing around, and we wanted to make sure it was the engine and not the swap side of stuff. So being we didn't have a good baseline to know whether it was swap related or engine related, it took a little bit longer to troubleshoot, but neither here nor there. It is running well now, and I am happy with the power increase. This thing drives so much smoother, so much less labored. It just feels like a different animal. Like if you've driven an LR3 and a Discovery, or a Discovery 2 and a Discovery 3 for the rest of the world, LR3 here in the US, it almost feels like that increase in power. But you still get the classic Discovery feel, which I love driving a D1, a D2. LR3s, LR4s are great, but it doesn't feel the same as an old D1, D2. So a D2 with 290 horsepower is the ticket to me, and I think might have to do one of these for myself down the road. Got enough stuff in the way already, but that's in the back of the mind. We'll probably do one with 2-inch lift. 32 is just a good driver, and I'm excited about that. This was just a quick little update video. We are going to do a full closeout with total cost, all the parts used. I'll make up a spreadsheet or something with everything we used, and that'll be on the next video. I want to get another 500-ish miles on it so I can give an accurate opinion on that, and I just want to shake everything out, make sure it's all sorted. But so far, this thing is great. What a lot of you guys been waiting for. Let's get on to the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. We're gonna do one of these every 5,000 subscribers, I think, for the foreseeable future. Might bump up to something bigger and better down the road, but right now we'll do a shirt every 5,000 subscribers or something like that. But we're giving away one of these Land Rover's Only shirts, and currently at the giveaway we are at 5,044 subscribers. The winner is Steve Cashel. I will try and reach out to you, but if you are having to watch this, comment down below and we'll get you a shirt and we'll get it mailed off. Appreciate all of you that have subscribed so far. It's pretty fun to me that this has hit 5,000 subscribers for just messing around with some Land Rovers. We'd be doing it whether it's on YouTube or not. It's what we love. So we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys. We lost a tree off the bluff at the ranch last night, too. Good thing is the LR4 was sitting right here, and it didn't fall on that, so I guess that's positive, but we'll have to get the chainsaw out. Risco Disco.